There's a new bylaw being contemplated in South Stormont, which I guess is in Ontario, correct?
Correct. So this is a rural Ontario township. They're considering a new noise bylaw. It's funny, people are telling me that it's just a couple of new neighbors that have moved in the area, moved next to the gun range, and of course are complaining about the sound. I actually originally heard from this from an OPP officer who contacted me. They're very concerned. They've invested considerably into the Cornwall Handgun Club for their training facility. And of course, they would be impacted by this as well, because the Cornwall Handgun Club would not survive the catastrophic suggestions coming out of this bylaw. And the suggestion is they would restrict the discharge of firearms outside of hunting, so for the range, to a variable 4-hour window. So it's a different 4 hours each day, but a 4-hour window. Sundays and holidays would be prohibited to discharge a firearm at all. So it's unreasonable, it's restrictive, and I've been in contact with the club executive. The CCFR, of course, is committed to helping them in any way we can. There is a hearing coming up in a couple of weeks, which I will be attending, and I will also be submitting some written comments on that. So, I'm happy to support the club and our members in the area. And it's crazy. I've actually never seen such a restrictive bylaw as this one.
It's designed to destroy the club.
Yes, that's the point of it.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. And this isn't the only range that has experienced this or is experiencing it as we speak. Whereas you have a gun club that was established, decades and decades and decades ago, in some cases, almost 100 years ago. And then people move right next door to it, and then they sue the club or they go after the club using municipal bylaws to try to destroy the club because they don't like the noise.
Well, I think you get these city people, things changed during the pandemic. A lot of people from Toronto moved into this area because all of a sudden now they could work from home. So you don't have to live in the city and, commute downtown for a job. You can live wherever you want as long as you've got Wi-Fi. The problem is they move to these areas that, are established. The people who live there enjoy a rural lifestyle, and that, usually includes firearms. And they come along and decide they don't like it. And now they've, stirred up a hornet's nest. The township did some surveys with the local residents, and 65% of the residents completely oppose this, yet they are still going ahead with hearings for it. So yeah, it's an interesting battle. It's not the first time we've been involved in helping to fight against one of these. We've got a pretty decent record so far, not that we can take full credit, but hopefully a little bit. But yeah, I'm committed to helping the people of that area be able to maintain their lifestyle and just keep doing what they've been doing the whole time before the city people moved in. So yeah, it's messy.
Yeah, it's just wild. I mean, again, I don't want to put too sharp of a point on it, but man, some people are just crappy people.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I mean,
you're like, oh yeah, what we'll do is we'll move in here, we'll tolerate it for a couple months, and then we'll sue the club and just turn all of these people's lives upside down. Or we're going to go there and we're going to push the municipal government to basically eliminate the club. And, we're going to win anyway. And we don't care about all these people that haven't done anything wrong. It's an interesting thing. Now, I think it's also important to mention that there's a role that people in the area can play, and that is stay close to the CCFR. Tracey and I will come out with some kind of announcement, might be in the newsletter. So make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter or you're following us on social media when that meeting is, because we need a show of the community. We need everyone in the community that's a gun owner to show up at these meetings and make sure that they tell, city council, the municipal government, hey, nobody wants this other than a handful of narcissists. This won't stand. So
absolutely. That's key, is to overwhelm these meetings and overwhelm the response to it, and make sure you stand up for yourself, because if you are silent, that's looked at as support, right?
Yeah, absolutely, right? They're like, oh, okay, well, obviously nobody's upset, so yeah, might as well pass it because we're getting pressure from this small group of people. We have had some success stories in doing this, so.
Yeah, I mean, it is an all hands on deck. People from all over the community and hunting organizations and everybody kind of gets together to fight these things, and we just have to keep doing that, so.
Yeah, absolutely. We absolutely have to keep going and not being intimidated by any of these processes. So thanks everyone for watching and listening. Make sure you share the podcast. You can go to ccfr.ca right now and enter the Willie the Kid contest. That's it. That's all I've got for you. Thanks so much everyone for watching. Take care, and we will see you next time.